Quincy, Mayor Thomas Koch. How are you, Mayor?
Good morning, Joe.
How was your Thanksgiving season?
So far, so good. Like most people, I eat too much. So I'm still up a few pounds, I think. But, it was all good.
It was a
good
success.
Day.
Yeah.
It's always good to get together with family and friends because it was a beautiful day for the game at the stadium. The weather was perfect, and it continued to cooperate for the whole weekend.
Really did. Just couldn't have been any nicer, really, to put folks in the holiday spirit. I'm told that it was like shoulder to shoulder at the tree lighting on Friday night.
Yeah, definitely. I said it last year, but I think it was even bigger than last year.
Yeah.
I said last year that was the biggest numbers we'd seen, but it was unbelievable. Terrific, it really was. And again, the weather helps so much with that.
Yeah.
When you're bringing the little ones out, if it's frigid, they're not coming out. But a night like that, it was just perfect. And the choirs from both the Catholic Academy and St. Paul's and Cambridge were terrific, and Santa was always terrific. And of course, the Recreation Division and Department of Natural Resources, they worked hard with the characters and the hot chocolate. And it was a tremendous night. It really was.
It's great. And Santa was very busy here in Quincy over the weekend and helicoptering in, and then, of course, at the parade on Sunday, too.
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't get up to the pageant on Saturday, but I guess it was that was crowded as well. Cars were parked everywhere. And he came in incident-free, which was terrific. and then, of course, Sunday was some of the bigger crowds I've seen in years as well.
I would agree.
The whole route was fairly well-lined. It was really terrific.
Yeah, I would agree. There was 4 or 5 people deep there at some points, for sure. So,
yeah.
And congratulations going out to the North Quincy Band and Color Guard for just taking the awards by storm this year.
Yeah, what a turnaround for the program. I mean, I can remember when they were limping down the street. I mean, it was
true.
Yeah. They went through some tough years when it just was no interest, and then the schools combined. And I tell you, the band directors and teachers, they've done a phenomenal job. I mean, I think the program is about 150, 160 kids now, which is terrific. I mean, it clearly was the best in the parade, aside from me being parochial and being biased, but it clearly was the best in the parade. It was really terrific. I'm so proud of our kids, and of course there were a number of schools that come every year.
Mm-hmm.
New Bedford, Immaculate Heart of Mary, the David Prout band. They're year in, year out. They're regulars, and we appreciate their participation as well.
Sure. It should be mentioned, too, that some members of the band are also football players and athletes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Absolutely. That's true of the choir, too.
That's true, yes.
Which is really neat.
Absolutely. And we're not done. I remember years ago after the parade, that was kind of it in Quincy, but not this year.
No, I mean, obviously we have some other citywide programs, and then, of course, there are a number of neighborhood tree lightings. Quantum went on, Sunday night. You got Post Island, House Neck, Fort Square, Stafford Park, Quincy Point, and West Quincy. I mean, they're all terrific,
Mm-hmm.
and that reminds us that we're a city of neighborhoods. But this weekend, Friday night, we'll be opening up the skating rink for the public for the first time. Not only for the first time this year, but for the first time ever.
Yes.
We'll get a lot of excitement and interest in this. I think we're going to be overwhelmed, honestly, which is great. It adds another dimension to the downtown vibrancy and another thing for families to do. And there's no charge for the skate. There is a charge if you're going to rent skates. But you're looking forward to that as well. And we're keeping the Recreation Division busy, I'll tell you, with all we have going on. And, of course, Sunday, we started a tradition last year. So at the Generals Park area, we put a tree up in that area, a beautiful Christmas tree, and we invite families who have folks serving from their family in the military currently. So those that are currently on active duty, their families are invited. They fill out a ribbon with the family member's name who's serving. We put the ribbons on the tree. We have a brief program But it's a nice reminder to those families that we, as a community, understand the sacrifice and remember those kids. There a lot of Quincy kids serving around the world, and they won't be home, many of them, for Christmas. They'll be celebrating holidays in different parts of the world. So we should always be mindful of the sacrifice made by the individuals and their families. So I think that's another nice addition.
Yeah, that'll be this Sunday, December 3rd, 5 p.m., right there at the General's Bridge and Park.
Yep.
And then a couple of events next week, a menorah lighting and also the ceremony at the creche.
That's right. I think the menorah lighting is the 7th.
Yes.
5 o'clock, I believe. And Rabbi Benjamin will be leading us in that. And then there's the Ben of Divine Mercy do a little program at the creche. I think that's on the 10th. I don't know if you have that right, Joe, or not. But
that is correct. Sunday the 10th at 5 p.m. Yep. You've got it. So much going on. I know it's hard to keep it all it's straight, but you got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great city, and there was such a good feeling over the weekend. Just a positive vibe. In a time that we live in such a troubled world, and the negativity related with social media, and it was such a good feeling. Friday night, the whole weekend, the parade, people yelling "Merry Christmas," and just everyone seemed pretty happy. So, well, of course, can't ask for more than that, Joe.
That's true. I couldn't help but think every year I see the Quincy 400 float in the parade, Mayor, and I think, oh, it's another year closer.
Yes, it's creeping up on it.
It really is. I know the pandemic kind of put a roadblock in the way of things, but is it moving forward now?
Definitely, and we're re-engaging with the different committees, and we're putting a budget together. So it's going to be fun. It really will. I mean, we're going to focus in on a number of areas, but try to do a half a dozen really cool events that year, rather than doing 25 little rinky-dinky things. It'd be nice to focus on, whether it's 4, whether it's 8, but a smaller number of events that the public can participate in to celebrate. 400 is a long time, 400 years. And we're also not forgetting we are working with the Neponset Band of the Massachusetts tribe. They were here before the settlers came, and we built a great relationship with them. So we're going to honor them as part of all this as well. So it should be really, really a great year.
Very good. Yeah, look forward to that. Just one news item I wanted to touch on, Mayor, if that's okay.
Sure.
The Long Island Bridge. State Representative Bruce Ayers has filed a bill looking to create a special commission to study the feasibility of a ferry service, which I know you've advocated for a long time.
Right.
His bill would appoint 11 members from the House, Senate, the governor, but also from the mayors of Boston and Quincy. So have you thought about who a Quincy appointee might be?
No, I really haven't.
Okay.
We certainly, I appreciate the effort of my colleagues in government, and I know, Representative Ayers has been shoulder to shoulder with Councilor Harris, myself, on this issue, as is Senator Keenan and others, honestly. But Bruce is a North Quincy kid, and he lives in Squantum. He understands the issue firsthand. So we certainly appreciate the representatives, his efforts at the legislative level. And so, if we keep attacking it from various levels, hopefully we're gonna be in a good place at some point. I know that they've made some progress, they being Boston, on some of the steps, but I still don't understand, Joe. I just don't get it. $200 million bridge or more, $300 to $500 million to repair the buildings out there, and this was all in a story in the Globe. I'm not taking numbers out of the air here. So you're up to $500 million to $750 million. It seems to me, for $100 to $200 million, you could do one heck of a building, set up campus somewhere on the mainland without all of this trouble. Or you do the $300 million and spend $25 million instead of $200 million, creating a ferry service. So it still logically doesn't make any sense to me. And the way things are going with the economy, and I know the city of Boston's got some challenges revenue-wise, I just can't understand the insistence and the stubbornness of this. And there's been no plan B. So it's interesting to me that there hasn't been some other things floated. But again, we don't own the island, but the access is through Quincy, and that's been the issue from day one. We haven't, I certainly haven't had a problem with what they want to do with the island. It's the case of the access to the island. And by the way, I still suspect the Boston that there's 225 acres out there, Joe. And if there's a bridge back, who's to prevent them from developing 100 acres of whatever out there beyond the treatment facility? So, once the bridge is built, it opens up the floodgates, if you will, for additional development, which means additional traffic through Quincy.
Mm-hmm. Where does the city stand right now in the courts in terms of appeals of permits that Boston's received?
You know what? I'm going to have to check in on that. I think we appealed to Chapter 91. I think we're waiting for the Coast Guard recommendation or decision. Mm-hmm. So there's still some steps or hurdles for them to jump through.
Mayor, always appreciate the time to talk to you, and I wish you a happy day, and we'll check with you in December.
Sounds good. It's flying by, Joe.
It really is.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.